Hey Michael, here is here's a piano track in SoundForge. As you can see, this one's quite low and level. This line here, if you look around the side, it shows you, that's the very top would be 0 dB and then minus 1, 2, 3, 4. This line here represents minus 6. First thing you can do is, yeah, you can try normalizing. You can either do that under process, normalize, or there's a little icon here showing two arrows pushing something to the outer limits of rectangle there. So normalize, you want to make sure this is set at peak level, not average level, peak level, and then set it, I'd say, to about maybe minus, just a little less than minus, or a little more than -1, not hitting 0. And then all it does is it takes the loudest part of the piano or the sound and makes it hit the place where you set. See, there's -7 right there. This one may be a little louder. Now, if you find your overall average is really quiet still, and just a couple of peaks are driving it too loud, you may want to do what's called a limit, put a limiter on it, which is limit some of these peaks. Okay, so where is that? I believe that's in effects under dynamics, and you want graphic. And from the drop down, you pick limiter. It says limit levels to -6. We don't want to go that far. If we go that far, it's going to chop everything here. I'll do it for the hell of it. It's going to chop everything at -6. See, that's way too much limiting. You would hear that. So we're going to find an average place. I'm going to say -4 looks like a good place to trim the top of these peaks. I already have a, there's also an icon for it here. So you just simply move the threshold slider to -4, wherever it is you want to clip it. That looks better. Sometimes after I do it, I'll listen to some of the loud parts and make sure they don't sound funny. Sounds fine. So now that you've done that, you can normalize it again. Oh, and then you get a lot more headroom, you know what I mean? So now your loudest peaks aren't hitting 0, yet they're much louder, and the quieter stuff is hitting a more reasonable level. So the only thing I'll say about doing it to a piano is make sure you do it to the stereo track rather than one side at a time, because you could make them uneven that way, which you don't want. You want to do it at the same time. Anyway, hope that helps.